Welcome back to Root and Reach, the podcast for parents who are doing the brave, messy, and beautiful work of raising teens and who want to do it with more connection, less chaos, and a whole lot more confidence. I'm your host, Ashley Radzat, parent coach, educator, and an expert in decoding teenage behavior without losing your mind. Today's episode is one I've been especially excited to share. It's about the power of perspective, yours, your teens, and the gap that often creates disconnection between the two. So let's start with a short video that's been making its rounds online. It's a simple visual and kind of brilliant. In the video, there are two people standing on opposite sides of the ball. These are young adults. One says that the ball is black. The other insists it's white. And they argue. They defend their stance. They dig in deeper. And they both stand there convinced the other person is flat out wrong. One is literally saying it's black. I can see it. And the other one's saying, no, it's white. What are you talking about? And they both feel frustrated, confused, misunderstood, maybe a little hopeless. The conversation hits a wall, not because one is wrong, but because they're stuck in their own perspective. They're not standing there convinced of anything. They're just confused, annoyed, totally disconnected. And then through the gentle guidance of a teacher, they walk to the other side. And suddenly they see it. The ball is black and it is white. They were both right. They just couldn't see the whole picture from where they were standing. The ball is half black and half white, and they're looking at it from two different angles. And when I saw that video, I immediately thought, this is what it feels like to parent a teenager, because that is exactly what happens in so many parent-teen conversations. You're both looking at the same situation, same ball, same moment, but from totally different angles. You're seeing black, they're seeing white, and neither of you feels understood. So what do? We step around the ball. But first, let's zoom out a little and think about the biology of connection. Here's something I think that every parent needs to know, and we often forget when we're dealing with slamming doors, eye rolls, and you don't get it explosions. Humans are wired to connect. It's not just a nice idea, it's not hope, it's biology. From the time we're infants, our brains are scanning our environment for connection. It's how we survive. Babies cry to reach for their caregiver. Toddlers follow you from room to room. Even teens, though it may not look like it, are wired to seek belonging. There's a reason solitary confinement is considered a form of torture. Disconnection hurts on a neurological level. Studies in neuroscience show that when people feel heard, their brain lights up in the same way it does when they experience physical warmth or receive a reward. It's literally comforting to be understood. So your teen, they want to connect with you, but they also need to feel valued. When you override, dismiss, or assume they're wrong just because their experience doesn't match yours, you're not just disagreeing. You're invalidating the worth of their perspective. And for teens whose developing brains are hardwired for identity building and autonomy, this is experienced as threat, not safety. We crave being seen. We crave being understood. But connection isn't enough, especially for teens. They also crave being of value. And this is where things get tricky. So why do they push back? When we approach our teens like they're a problem to fix, when we dismiss their emotions because it's not a big deal, when we give advice without asking questions first, they don't feel value. They feel managed, even when our intentions are good. And let me tell you, teens are brilliant at sniffing out whether someone is genuinely curious about their experience or just trying to correct it. That's why they shut down. That's why they say, you don't get it. That's why they stop coming to us when life gets hard. Not because they don't care, but because they don't feel like we care about them and what matters to them. So curiosity is the bridge. Here's where it gets really good, because there is a way out of the black and white argument, and the tool to get there is curiosity. Curiosity is what moves us around the ball. It's what helps us see the other side, and it's what tells our teens, I care more about understanding you than being right. And you know who else uses curiosity in high stakes, high emotion situations? The FBI, no joke. In hostage negotiations, one of the first things agents are trained to do is to get curious. Ask open-ended questions. Validate the other person's experience, even if they don't agree with it. Create safety, not control. One of their tools, tactical empathy. It's not agreement. It's not surrender. It's the active skill of stepping into the other person's emotional landscape and saying, I see what's happening for you. So when your teen says school's stupid, instead of snapping back, you need good grades to get into college, try this. Sounds like school feels pointless to you right now. What's going on? Or if I were in your shoes, I might feel the same way. It's not giving in, it's giving a bridge. Because the second they feel like you get them, their defenses lower. Their willingness to connect increases, and guess what? They start coming back. They actually want to talk to you more, not because you agree, but because you're safe. So let me say that again. Connection doesn't come from being right. It comes from being curious. So turns out the same strategies that diffuse international hostage situations can also work at the kitchen table. So what does this look like in real life? Let's say your teen comes home and says, my teacher hates me. You could respond with, I'm sure that's just not true. Just do your best. That's a black side of the ball response. It's logical, it's adult. But to your teen, it feels like you just denied their truth. Instead of what you said, try, sounds like something happened that made you feel really judged. Tell me more. That's the white side curiosity. It doesn't mean you agree with them. It means you're willing to walk around the ball with them. So what can you try? Ask better questions. Not, how was your day? But what part of today felt the longest? Reflect their experience. That sounds frustrating. Take a breath before you correct. Take a breath before you connect. Pause and be the adult who walks around the ball. And the more you do that, the more often your teen thinks, okay, maybe I can go to my parent. They'll at least try to see it. That's when connection becomes repeatable. Because when teens feel seen, they keep coming back. So I want you to try this at home this week. Trade correction for curiosity. Instead of jumping in with a solution, try, what do you wish I understood about this? Can you help me see it from your side? If I were you right now, what would I be feeling? Not only do these questions help your teen feel valued, they also help you build influence. Because when a teen feels safe and seen, they're more open to guidance. And hey, if it works for hostage negotiations, it can work for curfew negotiations too. So to wrap it all up, we're going to walk around the ball. Parents, next time you find yourself in a standoff with your teen, remember that ball. Realize you're in a power struggle. Drop the agenda to be right and simply step around. Become curious. Take a breath. See their side, even if it's different from yours, because correction and connection isn't about being right. It's about being real. And teens don't need perfect parents. They need present ones, curious ones, ones who are willing to walk walk around the ball. That's what keeps them coming back. Okay. Thanks for listening to Root and Reach. If today's episode hit home, make sure to follow me right here for more parenting tools that build trust and calm the chaos. You can also DM me or put a comment in my Instagram with the word prompts, and I'll send you 30 powerful questions that you can ask your teen that build connection, spark conversation, and help you truly understand their side of the ball. And don't forget to follow for more parenting tips that help you raise confident, resilient teens who want to stay connected. Thanks for walking this path with me. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and always be willing to walk around the ball. Because when you root in understanding and reach towards your teen with empathy, you grow something unshakable. A relationship built not just in love, but on trust. And that's what raises teens who return, not just to the house, but to your heart. Until next time.